Welcome to Everyday with Jesus for September 24th. Living on purpose. It comes from Daniel 1 verse 8. Let's look that up. That's going to be in the Old Testament. Daniel in the Old Testament, and chapter 1 talks about Daniel's training in Babylon. And he had just been taken captive, and all the young men with no physical defect and the ones that were handsome got to do special training. And among these were Daniel and Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego, and they all came. And then we're going to look in verse 8. But Daniel resolved not to defile himself with the royal food and wine. He asked the chief official for permission not to defile himself in this way. Now God had caused the official to show favor and sympathy to Daniel, but the official told Daniel, "I am afraid of my lord the king, who has assigned your food and drink. Why should he see you looking worse than any other young men your age? The king would have had my head because of you." Then Daniel said to the guard, whom the chief official had appointed, "Please test your servants for 10 days. Give us nothing but vegetables to eat and water to drink. Then compare our appearance with that of the young men who eat the royal food, and treat your servants in accordance with what you see." So he agreed to this and tested them for 10 days. At the end of the 10 days, they looked healthier and better nourished than any of the other young men that ate the royal food. So the guard took away their choice food and wine they were to drink and gave them vegetables instead. To these 4 young men, God gave knowledge and understanding of all kinds of literature and learning, and Daniel could understand visions and dreams of all kinds. That is really an exciting story. Our English word, purpose, derives from an old Anglo-French verb meaning to propose. When a man proposes marriage to a woman, he says, "It is my purpose to spend my life with you and with none other." The advantage of such a proposal, as it transitions to a life purpose, is that it eliminates a multitude of decisions that might present themselves. Anything that conflicts with one's purpose in life is not even considered, or shouldn't be. When young Daniel was taken as a captive to Babylon, he purposed in his heart not to defile himself in that pagan land. So he proposed to the one in charge an alternative to the diet he was offered. He didn't have to wonder, "What should I do?" That decision had been made before God many years before. I'm reading that line again. That decision had been made before God many years before. His purpose was to live a life of purity and obedience to God. How would you describe your purpose in life? Make your future easier by declaring a clear purpose today. That was really good. I love the story of Daniel. It's just so inspiring. You know, he could have been all like boo-hoo and upset because, they were all taken from their homeland, as captives. But because, they were smart and handsome and probably followed along well, they kind of got moved up the line. And then God gave them even more wisdom. And Daniel was able to understand visions too. But in his heart, he knew that he was not going to defile God by eating rich food or the king's food. He knew that he was going to do the right thing. And I love how that says that he already knew that before. And it's always really, good advice to know what you're going to do in a situation before you get in it. Before on your job, you need to know ahead of time. Are you going to cheat on your job or steal or not? And then when that time comes, you just know, I'm not stealing, I'm not lying or cheating on my job. And same thing, they always say, especially for young kids, you want to decide what your decision is about premarital sex before you get in the back of that car, right? And so for everything, you just need to decide, I'm going to follow him. And then when situations arise, you're just able to stand your ground because you know what you're going to stand for. So I love that. I hope you all have purpose today and that you can stand firm with that. And you have a wonderful day. And I will see you back here tomorrow. You can order your own copy of the Everyday with Jesus devotional book by going to davidjeremiah.org or by calling Turning Point at 877-998-0222. And I would love to answer any questions you may have about faith in Jesus. Just email me through my website, nancyjoytoyou.com. And I hope you go out and shine for Him today. See you tomorrow.